Black females don't understand, or shall I say don't want to understand, that they are more sexualized than actually wanted.
What up, this is Solo Traveler ORD back again with another video review, and this is part 2 to the wonderful ladies going to Spain trying to date other men. This is the passport sis trying to see what they could do overseas. So before we get into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you're here. So let's get into it.
When I first arrived, there were quite a lot of stairs, like to the point neck broken, like, oh my gosh, no, I have to move, hold on. But like necks breaking. I've had several questions like, where are you from? I'm like, America. No, where are you really from? To this like fascination. I've had, people come up to me and be like, wow, your face is so pretty, like you're just, it's more like exotic. Also, of course, with the men, very like sexualized, hyper-sexualized, almost this exotic being that they've never seen before. I won't go too in depth with that, but just, if you get it, you get it. Definitely quite an experience. But yes, the stares, just absurd. Also kind of like, I've had a few people who tried to like touch my hair as well and like are always in my space.
We've gathered what racism looks like in Spain and what the experiences is like. Now we're going to take a look at the dating scene and what a lot of black females are looking for in Spain when it comes to dating and what it looks like for them, who they're dating, and overall just get an idea of what that looks like as well.
Really moved to Europe so that I could run smack dab right into my husband. Okay, dating in America, complete shit show. Did it for years, been there, done that. Just completely a no for me.
I find it funny that they always say this, that things are not going well in America, so they always have to leave to go to another country. Well, the thing about it is that what they don't understand is that they hold most of the power in the United States. And with them going to another country is not the same. So passport sis always run with this delusion thinking that it's going to be the same or going to be better for them when they leave the States, when it's actually worse, because of the fact that although they went to another Western society, well, it's still not the same for them as far as the culture. And the culture is very important for these women. And what they're used to is that the government and everybody taking care of them and having their back. It don't work that way in these other countries. So that's why a lot of times they actually end up coming back to the United States, because they finally understand that they had it better off in the States.
I moved to Cannes like a week ago. I'm a week old here, and y'all, I can't even tell you the amount of shit that has happened to me in the last week. Okay, so please know that I'm going to refer to something that's called an opportunity zone, which you desperately need to know about if you are single and you're looking for your mister. Okay, opportunity zones are places where wealthy men frequent. Okay, so I moved here. Within 2 or 3 days, I was inside of opportunity zones. This whole city in itself is an opportunity zone, okay? So now we got 2 opportunity zones, one inside the other one. I am at an art gallery. I'm on a corner, and I'm looking at this work of art. Well, guess who comes to art galleries? Hello, do I need to spell this out? I don't think so.
Yeah, you
so
should.
I'm standing there. This guy, yay big, okay, I'm 6'1" in all fairness, but yay big. He comes up behind me, and I'm like, oh, excuse me, sir, right? And he's like, which one do you want? And I looked at him before I understood like what was happening, and I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna pull you over there. I showed him which one that I wanted. So he says, he's like, I'm gonna get it for you. He's like, but there's a thing. And I was like, okay, oh Jesus, here we go. He's like, I wanna be your slave.
Stop the cap.
I'm sorry, the record literally stops in my brain. You wanna be my what? You said this to a black person? Oh my God, but okay.
I'm sorry, I know she's capping on this one. Ain't no guy over here talking about they want to be your slave, things like that. I don't know. I think that she's over embellishing on the story. Maybe he was talking about some kinky stuff, but as far as to that extent, nah, man. You know what? It's hard for me to believe this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me, but I just do not see this being a real conversation. The man first meeting her, and this is one of the things that he talks about after pursuing her buying an expensive artwork, which is also might even be cap as well. But let's proceed.
Tables turn. This sounds nice. America could never. Oh,
Black females don't understand, or shall I say don't want to understand, that they are more sexualized than actually wanted.
I'm literally living my best life right now. The dates are dating composer, artist, doctor, finance, pilot. The list continues. The list goes on. I've had a date like every single week. I've had a date every single week that I have been in Europe without fail. Sometimes 2 or 3 dates in 1 week. I don't date in Florida because I don't find any of the guys interesting in Florida, but the guys here are so dateable in Spain. Like, they just have a fun, they're just fun. There's things to do other than just going out for drinks, even though that is something that they do a lot here. Just got asked on.
So you notice how she's saying that she has all these dates, but these dates never rack up to anything beyond a date for a quick little, hit or quitter. That's about it. After that, they're gone. They move on to the next one because they fulfilled what they wanted, which was they wanted that quick exotic taste of a black woman. So a lot of times they don't understand that this is what they're looking for in these when they look for a black woman within Western Europe. So that is something that they don't really understand or get, that they're just being lust after. But then they like to turn the tables and make it seem like that's what it is for black men when they leave the country and search for other women. It's the fact that they try to twist it around and make it seem like that's what it is for us, which is not true. Black men, or even just men in general, they have a better opportunity as far as finding a wife and getting married and so forth. For Passport Sis, we all know it ain't happening.
On a date tomorrow for Friday. Now, before any of y'all start getting on my ass, I am still talking to Noah. But what do they say? Never let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. But also, he never asked me to be his girlfriend. Remember, we were only dating for 2 months right before I left. And until I get back to Europe and we pick up where we left off, we are not a couple. So he's never asked me to be their girlfriend. I am no one's girlfriend. So before any of the yada yada in the comments.
A lot of people, my friends, have asked me, since I moved here, what kind of attention do black women get dating in Europe? So, hop to the dating apps. I've gotten a lot of really interesting comments. I message a lot of men in Spanish, so a lot of men have straight up felt the need to point out that I'm morena, which is brown, which is yeah, that's not offensive, but also it's that's me saying, yeah, you're medium ugly, but here we are. One guy I was talking to from Argentina, we were having a great conversation. Out of the blue, he goes, I love your hair. I'm like, yes, thank you. And then he said something along the lines of I have an unbearable need to touch it. Red flag, leave me alone, leave me alone. I had 2 guys request to follow me on Instagram and send me the exact same message that was it's better to message you here. Are we part of a cult? Why are y'all sending me?
So I'm dating in Barcelona. It's been very interesting. Couple things that I've noticed though. One, most men will talk to you for weeks on an app without actually meeting you in person. It's fascinating, not what I'm used to. Don't like that part. Also, I told myself that since I'm here, I'm going to try and do something outside of the ordinary. I'm going to date outside of my comfort zone. I am going to, talk to some exotic men. Pretty much I'm talking to bald men now.
There's a pattern when black females travel to these European and Asian countries that they think they can somehow override what society generally sees them as. Just because you can be able to travel to these countries doesn't mean that their society or their country is going to accustom itself for you and your needs. Regardless of how you feel and your experiences in Western society, even though Europe is Western society, but America and the UK, racism is very different. So when you go to places like Spain, you need to understand they already have a bias and a stereotype against you. That's just a natural reaction that a lot of black females don't really actually elaborate when they're talking about going to these places and these countries either. And even when they're promoting interracial relationships and being able to go on different dates with different men like pilots and chefs and doctors and artists. What you are saying is none of them have actually made you their girlfriend. None of them have actually made you their wife. They're either just taking you on a date or just sleeping with you. It don't matter who he is, how much money he has, and what occupation he does. It doesn't change the fact that he only sees you as a sex symbol. There is a issue that a lot of black females are going through. It's this entitlement mindset that they carry everywhere they go, even in these European countries. I'm not stating that they deserve racism, but I do think there's an entitlement in how you believe other cultures and other people should treat you when you're not even from there or have anything to do with how they live their life, and somehow expect them to change their system for you. It doesn't work that way. And that's the entitlement mindset I do believe a lot of these black females have when they do travel to these countries.
Like I've said, you know what? They're not getting what they want. There is no way for them to get what they want because the culture. The culture will not allow them to get what they want as they shift going over to Western Europe. Is not the same as what it is in the United States. They thought that it was bad in the US. Well, it's worse over there for them. And they're not coming to the realization of that. But this is the passport sis. They think that they could do everything passport bros could do, but it doesn't work out that way. So it is what it is. Hey, this is Solo Traveler ORD. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit that bell. And I'm out.